Good day, YouTube. I think it's about the 6th of March, 2020. And this is a Johnson loader for my John Deere 140 H1. I have, if you see my other videos, you know I've got a 69 and a 70 140. One's an H1, one's an H3. This goes on the H1 because otherwise I would actually waste a couple of hydraulic circuits, because this one has its own pump. It would run on the front PTO. It would need, to mount this on the 140, it would need a subframe that would then bolt underneath the tractor. That's not the 140, it's a 210, but it would, you know, mount there, and it would need a subframe, which is right there. So that's the subframe. So we've got to figure out how to get that mounted. Now at first I thought, well, let's take this apart, clean it up, get it all painted, but now I backed off that idea. I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to get the whole thing mounted up, get everything functioning well, and save its, you know, repaint restoration for retirement. Let's just get it working. It's been sitting out here for more than a year. I believe she's all in really good functioning shape. Came off a 140 patio, that's why it's white. It's severely damaged right there. Yeah, little Bondo. Yeah, we'll fix that. No, that won't be much to repair. It's got 4 holes in it. Maybe somebody knows. Maybe there was a bolt-on edge for that. I'm not sure. I would also like to build a set of forks, so I'm hoping to find one that someone can send me a picture of, and be able to just pop the bucket off and put a set of forks on it. That would be really nice to have, a little forklift like that for unloading gosh knows what. Or yeah, I might even look into, you know, mounting something to the bucket itself. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, this is just the first video for getting this thing mounted. It'll be in segments. It'll take me quite a while. I'm just doing a little bit after work. A little bit of work on that 140. A couple things that needed to happen. So chipping away at it, and in the next couple days, hope to put it up on the lift, actually, on the 2-post lift, and see about mounting that subframe and get that done. And then I can take it off the lift, get some help and some wheels, and get the bucket itself up on the lift, and then I can drive the tractor onto it and be able to mount that thing, because it's quite heavy. So anyways, kind of introducing the project we're getting started on, and it should be a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to have a little tractor with a bucket loader. All those little jobs you don't like to do become fun. All right. So whatever's next is next, but we'll keep rolling. All right, it is just the next day, and kick the van out so we can put the 140 up, so we can put the subframe on it. I'm calling it a subframe. It's the mount for the bucket loader. I'm not positive where everything goes, but I think, come on, it's hard to work against the light. Hang on. All right, I shut the door. I believe the back part of it goes over these guys, and they're there, and the front, I'm looking up, probably hooks onto here, which, no, come on. That's the hydraulic adjuster for the deck height. It's currently hooked up to the tiller lift. The mount wouldn't be mounted to that now, would it? Because it wouldn't want or need to move. Looking at this together, guys. Interesting. Alright, let's put you on hold and look a little closer. Alright, I grabbed a tape measure and I measured between that hole and that hole. It's about 35 inches. So that goes way forward of the where the adjuster for the mower deck goes. I'm going to drag you around here, show you where it does line up to. So it lines up to this hole on both sides. You can see it's square for a carriage bolt. I can only get a 3/8 bolt through the hole. This is, I mean, we're just mocking this up today, right? I don't feel that's near enough bolt for what this thing's got to do. It's shear strength, I get that, but I'd like to use 1/2 inch hardware, so my guess is at some point we'll take that bolt out. If this is actually the right hole, take that bolt out, and drill that hole out, put a bigger, badder bolt in. So with that, let's see if I can wrestle this thing in place. I got bolts on both sides right there on the lift. I'm sure I'm going to get in front of the camera a time or two. It can't be helped. This thing is a little heavy and I'm still recovering from back injury. So I'm trying to be very careful about what I do. This tractor's not on this lift real good either. I do have the tire strapped to it. So I don't think it can fall to the ground, but it can move. I don't want to be near it when it does. I'm going to move you back a little. Alright. Let's see if we can get hurt here. I see why the notch is in the frame, because part of the transaxles would be in the way. I think we're going for it. One side is heavier than the other. Oh, they don't fit. That's odd. Well, close. So the notches in this thing don't quite go over the pins that's in here. Try again. One side does. They both do. Just a little bit sprung is all. Alright, they do fit. The frame is just a little bit sprung. It's like a 1/4 inch too narrow, so I'm gonna have to bend that a little bit. Hang on. Alright, I found a 2x6 just the right length. I jammed it between, spread it out a little bit. Now we'll see if she fits. It's only getting heavier though, and more cumbersome. stupid board. Uh-oh. I bet there was another bracket. Yep. Okay. There's going to be more to this than this. Great. I gotta get it out of here. I think I just let it fall. But I won't. So, there must be a bracket that bolts to those two holes and comes down that will mount to. It would, there's a notch in it. Do you see the notch? Right there, so that it misses this side of the transaxle. If I try to put the front of it up far enough to reach the frame, it hits the transaxle, so it's not been in that position. What it will need is a bracket off of these guys to come down with a hole in it to bolt that to it. So there's a good chance that when I got this loader, thinking I got everything, I didn't get everything. I will go out and check in case I got it and it's just sitting out there and I forgot. But I don't think I got that. Anyway, that'll probably do it for today anyway, and I'll have to do some more research and a little bit of legwork. It will reconvene on this project. It's not just going to go as quickly and smoothly as I thought. All right, more in a minute. Gang, I jumped on the internet to kind of see what that bracket is that I'm going to need to build. And you see that there? That's what I don't have. And lucky enough to find a 140 John Deere with a Johnson loader on it. I think these are a Model 12. Somebody can jump in and tell me if I'm wrong. Looks like that bracket's going to come about straight down from the horizontal, and then looks like about a 45 going forward, and then there's those two carriage bolts that bolt it in. So need to find some steel, and then we'll see if we can build some. Alright, to the magic of editing, here's a piece of steel. I actually stopped by our local metals recycler, which I frequent a lot, and I kept hunting for a piece of steel. I go, oh, that'll work, and then on my way out I found this one. I go, man, that'll really work. I think it's just under 1/4 inch or right at 1/4 inch. They just sell it by the pound. That was 9 pounds of steel. I'll give you a reference for size. It was $3.60. You can't beat that. So what I thought I'd do is make a cardboard template of half of this, and then we'll see how this fits. I could use this half for one side, this half for the other. That's a little wider on one side, but hey, who would ever know? It's a nice piece. It was probably machine plasma cut or water jetted or something. So I've traced out this side of it on a piece of cardboard. Let's go put this on the tractor and see how close we can get. And by the way, I started this video, I said it was the 6th of March. It's not. It was the 6th of April. Today is the 11th of April. Happy birthday to my cousin Byron. Alright, hang on. Alright, there's the 2 holes. So I could do this either way. Again, it came down straight, straight against the horizon, perpendicular to the horizon. And this kind of came in like that. It's fairly narrow. I'm about an 1/8 inch long at that point. I should have brought scissors. That's what I should have got. Well, let's do this a little better here. Probably going to be clear up into there. Somebody's making a racket outside. Alright. What do you think? Alright. I'm going to mark the holes on the inside if I can get at it. Yeah. And then, something like just above the holes, I could cut that off. I'll wait for this hole till we get the frame piece up, and we'll mark those. We'll just mark them after this is cut out and this is now steel and bolted in, just to get the right angle of the subframe there. So I think this will be fine on both sides. Should be good. Should be good. Let's make them out of steel. Alright, we got them both cut out. Got that one pinned up there. Let's mark the holes. Drill them out. I don't know if I have any carriage bolts here. It's not something I keep a lot of. There's one. There's 2. Maybe I can just transfer those holes to the other piece. It's ready too. Grab the other one. So I got that one marked. I think I can just drill those and then slide that together, transfer the marks to the other piece, clean these up a little bit. We'll put some John Deere green on them. I'm likely going to have to run to the hardware store for bolts, so we'll get them bolted on. Then we can go about, excuse me, putting the subframe on. Have to mark and drill these holes for some substantial bolts, probably 1/2 inch grade 8s or something, I'm assuming. We'll verify that in a minute, and then we'll go from there. Alright, we got them drilled, got them painted. They're wet, we'll let them dry. I'm going to run to get some 3/8 carriage bolts. And let those things dry, come back, put them on. And then let's get to mounting that front end loader. That's the goal for today. Get that loader mounted. Alright. Be back in half an hour. Hang on. Alright gang, we got the bolt brackets made, got the bolts, got them bolted on, got some paint on them. I think they're good to go. So I think what I'm going to do is watch the length of this video. We'll cut this here, call this part 1. Move right into part 2, and we'll get the subframe up here and get the holes drilled in those new brackets, and we'll head towards getting that loader installed. So, gang, thanks for watching. Appreciate your comments. Give it a thumbs up, please. Channel's kind of dying here actually, so we've got to do something to get this thing going, or she's got to go away. So help a guy out and share this with a friend if you would mind. Let's see if we can turn this thing around a little bit. Catch you back here for part 2 of the Johnson bucket loader on a John Deere 140. See you next time.